Alright, let's try this again. Hi, Robbie Wong here, gonna play some historic best of one on the non-ladder with the express purpose of trying to get as many wins as fast as possible because you're busy, you don't have a whole lot of time, you've got a lot of things you need to do, but you still want to scrape your 15 wins because you're a free-to-play player. This is the deck I've been playing a lot of, maybe too much of, on the play option for historic best of one. So if you've never seen this deck before, the whole point is to cast Sea Gate Stormcaller, and then afterwards you cast Neoform, sacrificing Sea Gate Stormcaller, and then you get to fetch a Dualcaster Mage, which duplicates Neoform, and then you get another one and another one and another one, and then all of these Glasspool Mimics and mirror images. You cap it all off with Tuktuk Rubblefort and Combat Celebrant, so they all have haste and you can swing in. And Combat Celebrant gives you a second combat step, sort of doubling your damage. Or if you think they missed their window, but they still have interaction up, you do a second Tuktuk Rubblefort, or the last clones your existing Tuktuk, because sometimes this is just in your hand. To get it out of your hand, we have Valakut Awakening and Fire Prophecy. This is interaction, and this doubles as a land. Everything is serving two functions in this deck. Let's go back to the combo itself. The innovation, what makes this playlist different than the last couple of lists, is solve the equation on turn 3 means that you can almost guaranteed combo on turn 4 if you've got Sea Gate Stormcaller in hand. So solve the equation is copies 5, 6, 7. Then you might ask, well, what is the Silundi Vision doing here? Why not just have 4 solve the equation? Well, because solve the equation, and I realized this afterwards, was if you cast solve the equation and you need a land, then Silundi Vision is your blue source and Valakut's Awakening is your red source. No green land that I think is worth playing in here. Could be wrong. So Silundi's Vision is the 4th solve the equation for 8 virtual copies of Neoform. And then Incubation fulfills a similar role. So instead of having a whole bunch of generic search pieces, they were very specific. Incubation also doubles as removal for Hushbringer. In the Auras matchup, Hushbringer just shuts it all down. And the previous removal suite, dealing damage, it doesn't scale well with the Auras that they slap onto it. Incubation, at instant speed, you just turn it into a frog and then combo the next turn. These two are my sort of experiment into trying to win faster. The other thing, what place did they take? A mirror image spot and one of the search pieces. It's like, well, extra combo pieces is better than a search piece. So Sphinx of Foresight is here because this is a turn 0 play where you can scry 3. Multiple sort of guarantees that you're going to have this stuff in your before turn 4, and we're trying to end the game on turn 4 regardless. This version does not play any mana creatures to sort of ramp. Everything is pulling towards it, and what anecdotally what has sort of happened is it was already pretty quick, but now with redundant combo pieces, I find 2 things have happened. The first one is I can combo twice in a game more often if they have interaction, if they kill Sea Gate Stormcaller in response, or if they pull a piece out of my hand. Because I have so many extra copies, I just find whatever they took with Thoughtseize or Inquisition of Kozilek, and then we proceed with the plan, and then turn 4 happens. The second thing is I very rarely don't get the combo. The game ends because they interact with me and they stop me, or I won. There's very little fumbling around trying to find the combo. The backup plan, let's say they cast a hate piece where you like Grafdigger's Cage. Well, you have 2 options. The first one is you can put Artifact Hate in here, which I don't have, or you just concede the match. Because the other part of this is no matter what happens, win or lose, everything's over in 4 minutes. So we're going to sort of keep track of this and see how quickly we can get the last couple of wins. And we are going to count the wait time. So it's been a lot of fun. Hopefully Untapped is working. Yeah, and we've been able to very quickly get our wins per day, and move on. Okay, we have to solve the equation in hand. Yeah, we don't want these in here. Okay, so this is something I will keep for a couple of reasons. The first one is double Sphinx sort of guarantees it's going to happen, and Yorion is more controlling, so if they have Thoughtseize and stuff, I can sort of tuck this into my deck. Red, white. Okie dokie. Alright, so off to a great start. Let's go ahead and bottom the extra copy, trying to look for Neoform. Okay. We'll bottom everything, looking for that Neoform. This against control is kind of poo-poo, so maybe that's a good reason to not keep this hand, but the double Sphinx is always really interesting. I'm not going to hold up. We'll work our way towards double red. And this might be a match because we don't have any more search pieces. This might be a match where we go with our backup plan and then just sort of accidentally combo at some point. Well, that's good. We can shimmer. Let's get a Valakut Awakening. Which does mean next turn we need to choose between searching for Neoform or just slamming a Sphinx. Let's see. I'm in no danger. Okay, so I can't do both. Let's go ahead and play this out. I don't usually play this out when I'm about to Valakut Awakening, but here we are. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the combo. If they hand disrupt me, I'll be a little sad, and if they don't, I think this is the faster way to win. And that is what we're supposed to be doing. We're trying to end games quickly. What? What's going on?
You are capable of more.
Still no pressure. No hand disruption. Alright, so we'll bottom everything. Oh, I misclicked. Oops. Okay. Solve the equation. Okay. Alright, and we combo next turn. We'll go ahead and look for extra pieces in case they have hand disruption, so we'll pull Neoform. So if they Thoughtseize or Inquisition Sea Gate, and we can top deck a Sea Gate and then combo from there. Wow, I regret. I regret a lot. Okay, so Neoform, we've got 2 copies left.
Strength.
Okay. That works. If I do this, I can cycle 1 and do that. I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather just draw 4. Okay, this is certainly a clock. World Tree. Okay, this bodes well. All right, so hopefully they don't have instant speed removal, and we'll find a Neoform. Okay, this means we can shimmer into Neoform. Ta-da! Alright, so blue, blue, green. We have blue, blue, green. Every now and again, the auto tapper taps you off of your combo. And I don't feel the pause, so we did it! Alright, so the next thing I've sort of been doing is counting what's going on. So this is going to get blocked and get through for 3. This blocks gets through for 3, so we're up to 6. 3, 6, 9, 15, 21. Kind of flipping I don't think they have removal. This is where I lose courage. So if I'm not recording, I'll count it out by 6s and 3s, and then that way it goes a little bit faster. You don't always have to fully grab everything out of your deck. Oh, I didn't count the white wing. I think it's fine. Gain 1 up to 3, down to negative whatever. Yeah. I'm scared. I don't want to do it wrong. Alright, so that first match took 5 minutes. Okay. Longer than the average. But you could see the, I mean, we were thought distortioned, and we were able to find the extra copies and get to it. So that's good. Not sure what that was, kind of 5-color mush. 5-color trade binder. 69489151. Okay, so this has a Neoform, but it's missing. I'll keep it speculatively. So we'll go Silundi, Shimmer, Silundi, Solve. We'll see. Hopefully we just draw an untapped land. No? Okay. Okay, so if we hit the untapped land, we'll solve the equation, and if we don't, then we're going to Shimmer. Under a little bit of pressure from black-green, we hit the untapped land, and I'm going to play it safe. Actually, you know what? I think blue, blue, green, and we have red. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and Fire Prophecy this. This buys us a lot of time. And I'll ship the extra Shimmer. Alright, we hit the untapped land. So not sure what they're doing. Feeling like it's what's the 6-drop, and you just play cards off the top of your deck. Journey to Eternity. Okay, well there's the Neoform. I think I'm gonna go ahead and Valakuts from here. This is a little soft to hand disruption, but let's play our second red for Dualcaster. Dualcaster is our double red, and it's outside of the colors of the combo. Okay, so we can sort of see like Incubation finding Sea Gate, which then lets us, and they're off of black mana. So Incubation is also a 1-mana search piece that lets you find it on turn 5, which is another reason why I like Incubation and Incongruity over, I don't even remember what I was playing beforehand, other pieces of search. And we've done it. Lap. Alright, so that was a 2-minute, 51-second game, and we're 2-0. Probably once a week, once a week playing this game, because I'm a teacher, I'm pretty busy. Once a week, I'll have just the most difficult time getting to the 15 wins, but most of the time it's just ka-ching, 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 move on. I like this hand. It has 1 combo piece search, and it has interaction. So if they're a creature deck, they're going to be able to buy a lot of time to get to turn 4. Not a lot of time. Okay, mono red. So I'm going to go ahead and prioritize Stu's second red for Dualcaster Mage, and we'll probably end up turning Dualcaster Mage into a removal spell. I'm going to go ahead and ship the Glasspool Mimic. Alright. Yeah, okay. Just all of them. Alright, so we'll Shimmer and probably Breeding Pool. This is a matchup where they'll probably have a lot of shocks, so we're going to get the extra Sea Gate Stormcaller as sort of redundancy, because 2 Sea Gate Stormcallers and a Neoform means that if they instant speed remove it, you get to try again. Like, even though you tried the combo, you don't lose all your combo pieces if their interaction is direct damage at an instant speed. Uh-oh. So Dualcaster can kind of catch something off guard. We'll see. Like, if they play haste creature. Oh, they're missing a color. You know, the other thing to note is, with this build, you don't really have the double Dualcaster combo potential. I've sort of shipped it straight into the just Sea Gate and Neoform. That wasn't so bad. We'll just cast this. They probably have something, but this can hang around. I'm going to cycle that at end of turn, I think, right? Well, there's a chance. Okay, if this hits Shimmer, I'm going to want to go ahead and take 2 in Shimmer. It did not. Alright, I'm at 4 blue, green. I'm going to hold... Yeah, I'm going to hold this for Valakut's Awakening. It's more... The 5th land drop is not as valuable as the extra look for Neoform. Yeah, attacking. I was pretty sure attacking didn't mean anything. Justified. Getting really close to that 4-minute mark. Really need a Neoform or a solve the equation. So 9% and 6%. A Silundi's will also do it. Opponent using their instant speed interaction to kill Dualcaster. That's fantastic. Alright, so there's a chance that they're playing counter your spell unless you pay 1. Censor. I don't think that's worth 2 life though, so we're just going to go for it. There's no hang up, so we get to win. Now, in this instance, there's not everybody... Oh, Lofty Denial. Okay, so in this situation, I like to go ahead and fetch Combat Celebrant. It's going to be able to attack through or demand extra... Okay, so now I think I'm in the same boat, right? Like, I still want a Valakut's Awakening. This is going to demand a removal spell, and Thermo Alchemist can't chump. Or it can chump, but it can't stonewall. So... Yep. Okay, so we just saved ourselves 3 life. Okay, that's scary. Really need Neoform, like, now. Didn't hit. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. In case we hit Untapped Land Shimmer, we want to play that now. Alright, so we hit Neoform. Alright, since we have the combo and we're probably not going to get another turn, let's go ahead and play this land out. And play around counter your spell unless you pay 1. Lofty Denial. Interesting. This doesn't have haste, right? Okay. So 1 card left in hand. They'll attack and down to 5. Yeah. Oh, am I dead? I'm dead. Okay. Good game. This isn't mobile. Okay. So unfortunate. Logged a loss. 5 minutes. But that's probably one of the most frustrating things in Arena when you, especially if you're free to play, you really want all of the gold and all of the wins, and you sit there and you invest 15-20 minutes into a match and you lose twice and you walk away with nothing. And I certainly do enjoy grindy games, but Okay, we'll keep this off of the back of Shimmer. We might have to wait an extra turn to do it, but we've got one of the combo pieces. We have interaction. Okay, we hit, so now we're really likely to find everything else. I didn't even look at what the opponent's playing. Okay, so swamps means I do want my extra pieces, combo pieces. All right. Okay. Do I... Oh, this is like a reanimator deck. I don't think I want to... Let's hit Neoform on this. Okay, so we'll play this as a land. If we hit Neoform, and they don't disrupt us, 8% chance we can just win. Okay, if we get Solve the Equation or Silundi, then we'll win on the turn after that. I do kind of want to bottom Combat Celebrant. It's not super necessary. Yeah, so this is like 4-color Reanimator. No! Take one. Yeah, there's Jintei. Okay, so I was just about to remove this, but let's just go ahead and go for the throat. Neoform. Stomping Ground, tap. And we have blue, blue, green, then the generic mana. So we were primed, ready to go. Now we can't double, because Combat Celebrant is sitting in our hands. We can't double up our damage, but opponent's not mono white life gain, so they're just at 22. It's probably going to be fine. We're going to especially be fine if they tapped off of this blue and they tap off of this swamp. Alright, they didn't, but we're going to go ahead and go for it. Hooray! No pause. And we're going to have to, because Combat Celebrant is here, go for, so you get Dualcaster, they'll block one, they'll block this one, they'll block this one. I always like to get at least 2 Dualcasters before I start fetching clones in case they miss the window to interact with Sea Gate, but then they don't miss the opportunity to hit the Dualcaster before you have another clone. Small thing, but if you play this deck enough, it'll happen at least once. Yeah, there's a couple of windows of opportunity to interact with, and if you're not familiar, then you might miss it. Like sometimes people miss it trying to interact with the Tuktuk Rubblefort, and then you can kind of get them with the double Tuktuk. All right, there we go. Whap. All right, so that was 3 minutes 43 seconds. So. Yeah. Pretty good run, pretty good run. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Round this video out. But yeah, you can definitely continue to play, and again, if you're a free-to-play player, this is a deck that it's been very stable throughout all of the set releases in terms of, like, yeah, more things come out that this doesn't have a combo piece, but it does have a good curve of 2-3 looking 0-2-3. Okay, so this is land disruption. So their clock isn't particularly fast, so I'm just going to keep all the lands on top, and they'll fry lands on not this turn but the next. So this is what's screaming it to me. So we want to play out our lands that we want to die first while we look for combo pieces. I'll take the Valakut Awakening because it's kind of another land. Clothis. Okay, so on the one hand, it's an opportunity to Valakut's Awakening. On the other, I don't have a whole lot. I think I'd rather just look for Sea Gate. All right. And then I'll just play this. That way, if they play Rune Blaster or something, I'll be able to fire Prophecy and tuck the Sphinx, scry it to the bottom, so I can keep looking for Neoform and my 2 blue and a green. I'm assuming that like these 3 lands won't be here. I guess there's some discussion into playing an untapped land so I can fire Prophecy. Oh, you know what? There's a little thing here. I only have one land that lets Hinterland Harbor come in untapped. So I might sequence. I might just treat this as a tap land. You know, usually by this point I've lost a land. This is actually kind of uncommon. So because they haven't killed a land, I'm gonna go ahead and play Sphinx out and start beating them down in the air. They don't have a lot of flyers. What you got? If they blow up a land, I can Sea Gate Stormcaller double fire Prophecy if they play out 2 Dorkos. I might Valakut's Awakening anyways at the end of their turn to ship this fire Prophecy and whatever else we get. Like we could go for the combo if they don't try and kill us. Oh, I don't have a green source, and this doesn't come into play untapped. Oh, you got 2? Sure. Solid 2 for 1. Alright, so let's get this out. That way if we hit, we go. And Clothis is doing a lot of work, but I don't think they have a way to take Sphinx 4 toughness stuff off the table easily. Wow, this is turning into a much longer game than it usually is. Nope, that's incorrect. If you're in this situation, you definitely shoot combo pieces. Sure. Let's play a round where we are back. This is our backup plan. We're just gonna beat them down in the air, and I'll take 2, and we'll fire Prophecy this or the next juiciest thing. Ooh, they want mana. I don't think that's correct either. Unless you need this 7th mana, you should just Star of Extinction. I think I want to fire Prophecy this so I can look for Neoform. Yeah, the opponent missed the green mana. I can't cast that. That's unfortunate. Is this a land? I think it is. There's a lot of sweepers in their land destruction deck. Double Anger Star. Okay, now we might be dead.
Get out of my
Neoform. Neoform.
But someone's getting a little
Yay! That's just good TV. All right, so red. The backup plan failed. Go back to the original plan. Neoform. So they're tapped out. So we were talking about counting your math here. So this does 6. This does 12. Or a total of 12. This does 6 for a total of 18. We clone 1. We're up to 24. And then we don't have to click through the rest of this. So this is one of those little things where if you want to do the math, then go ahead. You'll save yourself some time. If you aren't comfortable with doing that, or you get nervous, just dump all of the Dualcasters on the battlefield and then swing for a lot. But this is, you know, the fastest way to scrape your wins, the fastest way of doing your math, and then you don't need to click the rest of that. Just get it over with. Okay, so pretty good set. We played 5, we won 4, and we were at it for basically half an hour. Some of that was deck tech explanation time, but huge fan, especially as if you don't have a whole lot of time. I am a huge fan of this archetype to just getting things done with. Some things in the future is I noticed that I only put in 3 Incubation Incongruity. It might be correct to just round this out to a 4th one, and we do like 1 less Shimmer. The clone thing we dipped a little low in a couple of games, and we didn't have enough damage, especially when mono white life gain is really popular. But like, let's say like the maximum, what is this? That let's assume they get the +1/+1 from Neoform. So this is 4, 5, 6, 10. That's 30 times 2 is 60 plus the 5 from Combat Celebrant. So it's with this number of clones, instances of Dualcaster, it's 65, assuming you don't have a Sphinx or Sea Gate Stormcaller, sort of maximum damage output. So other than mono white life gain, 65 will usually cover it. Every Dualcaster or clone you take out lowers your total potential damage by 6. So there's I started pulling these mirror images out because they're really useless if you draw them. Glasspool Mimic can be a land. Solve the Equation can be a land or a spell. The only thing it can't do is be a creature, and even then it can sort of solve the equation into Incubation to go find the creature you're looking for, whether it's backup plan because they have hate pieces out against you. Combat Celebrant can still attack. Tuktuk Rubblefort can be backup plan. Like everything does something. Something that didn't come up, and I don't know how picky you want to be about it, but if you have a Sea Gate and a Neoform and a Dualcaster with 7 mana up, 2 red and 2 blue and a green, and then everything else is generic, this is your counterspell if your control player only has 1 counterspell. So that didn't come up this game, but you want to think of Dualcaster in those longer, grindier situations as a counterspell. So you can if they're tapped out, go for it. If they're not tapped out, then this is sort of the way you play around counterspells. The other direction you could take is if you want to shove the Pact of Negation into this, that's always a possibility. But I've really enjoyed Incubation Incongruity, both as a removal spell and as additional copies of Sea Gate Stormcaller, and I've really, really liked Solve the Equation as the other copies 5 through 8 of Neoform, just making the deck really, really, really consistent. Fire Prophecy over other removal spells because it lets you dump combo pieces back into, not combo pieces, your fetch targets, you can dump them back into the deck, like, because you don't really want these in your hand while you're playing. All right, well, I'm Robbie Wong. That's going to do it for this session. I'm planning on being back on to go do a quick draft and some Brawl later tonight, probably around 10 o'clock. So I'm gonna be streaming every day around this time after the kids go to sleep for their nap. So, all right, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye, Twitch.